Probably from the thumbnail for this video, you already realized that I'm a very, very slow reader. And I am painfully aware that I'm probably very late with this video because a few people already discussed this topic recently, and I'll actually put their videos, links to their videos underneath this video, and if you're interested, have a look because their videos are amazing. There are two videos that I'll put beneath this video by Thomas and Joanna. Please have a look. But at the same time, I would like to post my take on this topic just because it is a cause of my embarrassment. I just would like to talk about it. And again, as you can see from the thumbnail of this video, my reading speed is hovering around 160 words per minute. And this is actually on the lower side of the slow range. So I'm not sure I would be able to pass the reading test in school, but hey, who cares? There is no shame to it, even though I do feel it is a cause of my shame and embarrassment on a daily basis. But not all is lost. And I would like to discuss with you why you probably want to hear me out here. And I think I actually can offer a bit of a unique perspective on this topic because I've been on both sides of reading speed. Because when I used to live in Russia and I was reading in Russian, I was a very fast reader, and it was absolutely normal for me quite very often when I could read a book a day. When, for instance, these last books of Harry Potter came out, I remember I could grab a book and I just read it within a day. And these books are pretty long. And it's not only about Harry Potter, which can be considered quite an easy read. It was the case with much more difficult books for me. And now, why I feel embarrassed quite often. When I read in English, my reading speed is much, much slower. And it's obviously affected by the fact that English is not my first language. So I do understand how it feels to be on both sides of this barricade when you're a fast reader or when you're a slow reader, and how it can be frustrating at times, which shouldn't be the case actually. First of all, I feel that usually when we actually discuss a topic of reading speed, we are focused on wrong things. Please stay with me. I'll try to explain myself. When we talk about reading speed, we actually focused on the process rather than on the essence of reading. Because we are discussing the technicalities of reading, but not actually the reading itself, because the essence of reading is actually understanding of the material, understanding of the stories. But for some reason, we are painfully focusing our attention on numbers, on the reading speed, on how many books we read per month, per week, per year. And it's all technicalities, but it's nothing actually about the reading itself. So I feel we really should be focusing on the essence of reading rather than the technicalities of it. You should always remember why you're reading, why you want to consume and know the stories. I'm really sorry if you can hear some noises here because I am in a house close to the main road and there are lots of cars passing by. I'm really sorry, but hey, who cares? Focus on me. We are practicing focus here. And one of the focus of reading, of your personal reading, probably should be a goal of your reading. Not only the essence of reading, which is consumption and understanding and enrichment of your life by these stories, but also why you are reading. Are you reading for entertainment and relaxation, which is my case? Or are you a content creator, which partly my case as well, even though I'm a pretty bad content creator, if you judge me by the number of videos I put out there. And maybe you are reading for learning purposes and you just force to read as much as possible on a daily basis just because you have to. And bearing in mind these goals of your reading, you probably can do something about your reading. If, for instance, you feel that you are a very slow reader, there are lots of different things you can do. You can try to learn some speed reading techniques. There are plenty of them online, and I'm not going to cover them here just because I'm personally not interested in them and I'm not expert in them. You can probably find better sources online. I will not be really helpful in this regard. Another thing you can try to do is actually stop vocalizing your reading in your head while you're reading. I know this is a plague for many people. This is my case. I'm actually vocalizing while I'm reading books. It just helps me to understand books better. And I do it actually when I'm reading in English. But I know lots of people do the same. And if you watch Joanna's video, she is mentioning it, that she has the same issue. So she's vocalizing her stories while she's reading it. And it helps create a better atmosphere, I believe, in many, many cases. You just get a better understanding and you just embrace the story better. Or another thing you can do, just maybe read more, and probably your reading speed can improve with experience. But if you feel that one of the goals of your reading is actually trying to consume more books, if for instance you're a content creator or you are reading for learning purposes, probably there are some things that you can do even if you're a slow reader and maybe you can't really master speed reading. For instance, in my case, I use audiobook. And if your auditory perception is good and if you can actually understand audiobooks well, I would actually highly recommend it. It's a very good way to substitute your physical reading, and probably you can actually read more stories in the time allocated to your reading. Or if you actually have more time, and sometimes it can be surprising because sometimes we complain that we don't really have time for reading, but in many cases we do have this time, but we deliberately choose to do something else with this time. You can just try to read more books. This is the case for me. I am an extremely slow reader, as I already mentioned, and probably physically I can't really outread many people I know. But what I do, I just probably spend more time reading than the average person. When I go out, I always take a book with me. I always have a book in my bag. And I don't really have many other hobbies. I don't really watch TV. I don't play video games. I don't really go out much. Probably it sounds I have a very boring life, but hey, I get my excitement from books. So I just spent a huge amount of time reading books. And even though I'm a very slow reader, in this case, I just managed to read quite a lot. And you can try to do the same. But regardless of all these things that I mentioned here, please be just focus on the essence and the goal of your reading. There is no shame in being a slow reader, or alternatively, there is no shame in being a fast reader. And if sometimes people are telling you that just because you are a fast reader, you have a worse comprehension, don't care. Don't listen to them. You do you, and you know yourself. Just focus on the essence of reading. If you feel that you understand your stories well and you enjoy them and you're not rushing through them and you're able to remember them in a week, a few months, a year, and they're still staying with you, who really cares about the speed of your reading? It is about the stories. It's not about the numbers and technicalities of it. Just enjoy your stories. And even for me, as a slow reader, I still consume about 70, 80 books a year, which I'm very proud of. Yes, I will never be a reader who will read about 100 plus books a year, and probably I'm a little bit envious of these people, but I'm still very proud of myself, and I know that these 70, 80 books a year are still much, much higher number than for the majority of people. But it still doesn't matter. Even if you read one book a week, a month, a year, and you fully enjoy it and you take something from it and it enriches your life, this is your goal. This is what you should be focused on and not on the numbers. There is no shame in reading any way you read. Just be happy with your stories. If I can read 70, 80, 10, 100 books a year, you can do the same. Whatever you choose to do, you do you and be happy with it. Have a happy reading and let's read together. I would really like to have this discussion and hear out your experiences and see you in the next video. Hopefully my video posting will be not as slow as my reading. See you soon.